You learn a little about each team in the preseason, but once the games count, things really start coming into focus.
A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. Strus at small forward with Mobley next to him. And it's Allen in at the center spot.
He's got the ability to do damage inside and out. SGA's not going to miss that.
Mitchell against Dort. Mobley outside. Back to Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Allen can't get it to go. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Mark Dagnall and I were able to chat, and I wanted to know, how do you slow a guy down like Jarrett Allen? Coach said we have to hassle him as much as possible on both ends of the floor. We really want to limit him, not just his points, but more importantly, his rebounds. So keeping Allen off the glass is a primary focus.
Thank you for that, Allie.
And Jarrett Allen, one of the best rim runners we have in the league. What a dunk.
And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like, BA, he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. The sky is the limit for this guy.
Knocks down the triple.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout. Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Left side, Strus. And stolen by Holmgren. Williams with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. They grab their own miss. Hartenstein. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And he knocks down the first one. Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now. Look out below!
You got no chance of defending him right there. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Gotta push him farther out than this.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And stolen by Williams.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Garland right now really doing a nice job of staying in perpetual motion.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Mobley grabs the board. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Mitchell with the ball. Hartenstein covering. Mitchell misses.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
And Williams punches it home.
What a jam by Williams, just springing off the floor and throwing it down.
Allen on the wing. Outside Strus. Here he goes. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. From behind the arc. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3. That one on Mitchell.
And the growth that Shea has shown over the years, it has come on so fast with how he has improved. He's adding to his game.
And he sinks the second. He's established himself as an MVP candidate. But what is the ceiling of SGA in your mind, Brent?
Well, if he's there now, is that good enough, BA? I mean, this guy has a chance to win an MVP award in the next 6 or 7 years, and is going to be considered that caliber of player for that stretch. That's pretty awesome. He can put up big numbers, which is more impressive.
Over his career, Mitchell has developed his playmaking for others, a great skill to have.
Dort outside. To the inside. And Holmgren with the basket on the assist from Dort. So Dort's got 4 assists in the game. Garland with the ball. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Mitchell misses.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Holmgren, the pass to Hartenstein. Doesn't go for him. Nice D from Allen. The Cavaliers trail by 9. Out to Garland. Back to Mitchell. From deep. Offensive rebound. Garland finds Strus. Gilgeous-Alexander against Mitchell. They get it back. Out to Mobley. Here's the 3. That shot, no good. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City, the rebound. Launches it from deep. He can't get it to go.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a...
And so it's Oklahoma City with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Thunder?
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4. Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going in the second. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Love the focus here from SGA at the arc. He hates to waste those opportunities.
Mitchell, the pass to Garland. Outside Strus. Three-pointer, no good.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Lets the 3 fly, and another 3 for Oklahoma City.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
On the wing, Mitchell. Outside Garland. Cleveland again missing.
You could see he wanted to get it back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Inside. It's stolen by Garland. Pass to Mitchell. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Garland with the drive. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein. And Grant, when you look at Darius Garland, he has a very polished offensive game.
Absolutely. He's great at creating for himself, but also knows when to get others involved. He can score from anywhere, and he works incredibly hard on his craft.
Dort for 3. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. And this team has been unstoppable away from their own arena. Up there with some of the best road teams we've ever seen.
No question about that. It's hard enough to win in this league with the parity, but to do it away from your home floor and home fans, that's something to be proud of.
Mitchell finds Mobley. Back to Mitchell. 6 to shoot. The 3 ball. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Holmgren's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Daigneault said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you.
Yeah, Mobley better get used to getting to the line, especially with his style of play.
So hits one and misses one at the line. Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
It's Dort on the wing. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
How about Dort just rising up and getting to the rim?
Outside Garland. Pass to Allen. Here's Strus. Outside Mitchell. Allen with a screen on Dort. And he's going for the lob. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Could put that ball just about anywhere for Jared Allen. Puts those long arms to great use.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. From outside, off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 10. Outside Strus. Driving in. Out to Garland. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. There's 53 seconds left to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice timing on the rejection. Mobley showing you how incredible defensively he can be.
51 seconds left in the first half. Holmgren, the pass to Dort. Fires for three. The rebound by Allen. Allen's got his 6th rebound on the night. Mobley against Dort. Allen outside. Outside Garland. Just 5 to shoot. Allen with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Garland no good. Thunder leading by 10. It's Dort on the wing. Pass to Holmgren. The three. The shot by Dort, no good. Garland for three. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Thunder, up 10. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Well, guys, he sure got off to a hot start.
You know what's hot, Ernie? That spicy chip Shaq tried to eat. Remember that face?
I did. And now, how about those first 2 quarters of play? Just a dominating performance for the Thunder.
I got to.
Thanks for joining us.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Setting the floor for the Cavaliers. Isaac Okoro is out there with Ty Jerome. Then there's Dean Wade. Then it's DeAndre Hunter. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Williams passes to Wiggins. Back to Williams. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Thunder lead by 9.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Outside Hunter. Back to Okoro. Hunter up top. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And Tristan Thompson with some force on that one.
And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. Wiggins outside. Back to Wallace. Fires from deep. The shot comes out. Cavaliers trail by 7. Here's Okoro. Count the basket.
And Okoro physical enough inside to get that play up.
So it's Oklahoma City now. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Wiggins with a steal. And a fast break now for the Thunder. And there's Mitchell on the assist by Wiggins.
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead, holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover.
Wade. And Williams over to help. And stolen by Williams. It's a one-on-one situation. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And they've made themselves easy pickings. Sloppy ball control creates an easily converted turnover.
And so they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And Cleveland has possession. They trail by 9. Here's Wade.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy 3 of 4 to start it off.
Misses the 3. Back to Williams. Wallace outside. Three-pointer is rebounded by Okoro. The Cavaliers trail by 9. Outside Hunter. Okoro outside. And there's the call on Aaron Wiggins. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Okoro. Pass to Jerome. Lets it go from deep. Can't get it to drop. Oklahoma City leading by 9. To the middle. Wiggins passes to Wallace. Now Williams puts up a 3. Thompson pulls it in. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tristan Thompson. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Wallace up top, guarded by Okoro. The 3 from Mitchell knocks it down from distance. Mitchell's got 5 points in the quarter.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Wiggins for 3. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. And the Thunder lead by 13.
They haven't relied on him as much as usual, but when his number has been called, he shot well enough to help them earn the lead.
Here's Jerome. Oh, Williams with the block. It's Wiggins on the wing. Hunter covering. Wallace's shot is good.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Jerome on the wing. Williams defending. Pass to Wade. Out to Thompson. Clock at 4. The baseline J. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Williams. Good on the bucket.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Hunter against Williams to end the run. Wade, that's good. Wade's got 5.
That's a good, solid heads-up play from Hunter. Finds the spot-up ready man.
And it's Mitchell, the miss. Jerome on the wing. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And so it's Oklahoma City in command with a 13-point. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And it's a completely new group for the Cavaliers. Dort for 3. The rebound by Garland. And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's a 16-point game. Here's Strus. He takes it in, and he jams that one in.
Who doesn't love to see David take on Goliath? Their huge throwdown.
Back to Hartenstein. Pass to Holmgren. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the 3. Ooh, solid defense from Mitchell. Garland finds Mitchell. Out to Garland. The 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. From the wing, the Cavaliers pull it in. Mobley's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Allen. Pass to Garland. Holmgren with the block.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
Maybe a time to rest him right now, just give him a bit of a breather, try to help him get back on track. Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, and that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
He throws it down with 2 hands. You know he won't mess that up.
Not this guy. He is a big-time finisher.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together. Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Strus's shot is off.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Dort's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the 3-point line.
And Garland is an effective shooter, capable of shooting 40% on threes for an entire season.
Gets the 3 to fall.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the 3-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Mobley, a screen on Hartenstein. Garland, no good. Thunder leading by 19. Ooh, stolen by Allen. Mobley with it, now guarded by Holmgren. And Mobley throws it down.
Good awareness from Allen. He sees that opening and he turns that steal into a teammate's fast break.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander again. Oklahoma City.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Here's Allen. Outside for Mitchell. Beyond the arc. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Thunder.
They looked to run anytime they could.
They set the tone with their pace. Their transition game was excellent.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
It was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
Mitchell, rejected by Holmgren. Hartenstein passes to Dort. From outside the arc. Look it again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on. And That can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Here's Garland. And no good. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
Tonight, one of the best dates on the calendar. I know you're as excited as I am.
I sure am. Finally, Kevin, we get some games that count. We've been waiting months for tonight, and I love how at this point, everybody has playoff aspirations.
A lot of isn't there, Coach?
There sure is. This is the best day of the year.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Brown in at the small forward position. The three from Tatum. The Thunder pull it in. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
This is a potential finals preview, as good as it gets early in the season.
Now Porzingis, after the missed three from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So it's Boston now. Here's Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Holmgren. Three-pointer. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Tatum.
Well, at center, Porzingis gives you a true three-level scorer. That's why he's so valuable offensively.
Now, here's George. Last time out, he had 13 points. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Fires the three. Tatum, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
First one falls for him. And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates is a big part of it.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Williams with the block. Here's Holmgren. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And great recognition. Holmgren saw the open floor and took advantage.
Tatum wide open. He fires one from outside off the mark.
Far from an ideal start. Only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring level.
Now George. After Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer, Holmgren kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Brown. Rebounded by the Celtics.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Three-pointer. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And this is what the team wants JB to do. Punish defenses that don't respect him from the corner.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Of that attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. For Boston, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Here's Holiday after the made shot from Chet Holmgren. And Holiday is good for 3.
Well, that's Holiday using the threat of the drive to get defenders on their heels, and then he pulls the string.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Tatum, and the basket is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
Tatum a screen. The kick out to Holiday, taken away by Williams. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 9.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
The wide open look here for Holiday. There's 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Shot from the top of the key. He's off on that one. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He finishes with 9. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
Well, at 7-2, Porzingis has a great view of the floor. It allows him to spot open passes.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Drains the three-pointer. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 8 now for Oklahoma City. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
Taken away by Williams. And Williams throws it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. Count it, good. Porzingis has got 5 points so far.
Well, this is great basketball from Holiday. Running the play to find someone a shot.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Porzingis with the rebound. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Tatum. There's the drive. And the dunk by Tatum.
Well, Tatum has some length on him. Gets down that lane in a hurry.
And there's Holmgren. That's good on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low. Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Thunder coming to this one after the win against the Boston Celtics. Out to White. Lets it go from the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. The Thunder leading by 8. Holmgren the pass to Hartenstein. Stolen by Holiday. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night. Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Brown outside. 1:43 left in the second quarter. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. Got a piece of it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brown.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Connects from three-point range.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
To the paint. Some solid defense from Brown.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And he makes that one. White's got 5 now.
I like that from White. Attacking the heart of that defense.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Tatum dishes to Holiday. Back to Tatum. They get a hand on it. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Williams. Goes back up. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Yeah, it's not easy to keep a shot out of Porzingis' reach. He has such long arms.
It's stolen by Dort. Holmgren finds Hartenstein. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Jaylen Brown. The Thunder shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Brown. Right side Tatum. Pass to Brown. From outside the arc. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Oklahoma City with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
I think for Oklahoma City, I've always loved when I started the season at home. I'd be eating good. I'd be dominating down low.
And moving on now to that first half. Tough sledding so far for the Celtics.
They know they don't have to keep shooting.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Well, they've got to build a wall immediately because he'll just keep attacking like that if they don't.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Torrey Craig is out there with Horford, and it's Hauser in at the 3 spot. For 3, Mitchell. Craig pulls it in.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
That one goes. Count it. Shireman's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Boston. On the wing, Wiggins. And isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier. But I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
You know, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game. For the three, Pritchard gets the bucket. Pritchard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Craig passes to Horford. Fires from deep. Wiggins with the rebound.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
The shot by Williams, no good. Celtics trail by 13. Here's Shireman. And he converts the layup. Shireman's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
The shot by Mitchell, no good.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
Stan, as you know, in past years, Peyton Pritchard had always wanted a starting role. Now, more opportunity, and he has responded.
Yeah, Kevin, he's very competitive and certainly deserving of rotation minutes. He is just now entering his prime.
Here's Shireman. Wallace covering. Pass to Horford. Here's Shireman. Shot clock at 5. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And he trims the lead to single digits. Craig's got his first points of the night.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
59 seconds left in the third. Williams against Craig. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Shireman. The three. A shot by Pritchard, no good. The Thunder leading by 11. That's good from Wallace on the assist by Williams.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
Pritchard. And another miss by Boston. Shoots. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Williams has got 7 points for the quarter.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great pass.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
And the rejection by Holmgren.
Do not test Mr. Holmgren, a gifted shot blocker.
Outside Holiday drills the 3-pointer.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Tatum. And stolen by Tatum. Puts up a 3. The offensive rebound. And Brown throws it down hard.
Well, when it comes to rebounding, one of Brown's old coaches once told him, you have to want it. Well, he wanted it right there.
Holmgren with a screen on Brown. Williams can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 12. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hard-working. I don't even think he realized he could be this good. Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. Pass to Hartenstein. Oklahoma City moving it around. The Thunder with another miss. Here's Boston now. Right now they're on a 9-0 run. A 3 from Tatum.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. To the inside. Got a piece of it. Porzingis with the steal. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. And the dunk by Tatum.
And defensively, Porzingis uses those long arms to create the turnover. And that gets them out and running.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Official. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
For your Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Huge bucket by Holiday there. His team really needed that one.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Tatum. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Here's Boston now. What a stretch they've got going here. 17-2. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got his 6th rebound on the night. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Great D that time from Tatum. Celtics trail by 4. And the rejection by Holmgren. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Williams passes to Hartenstein. Here's Dort. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. The Celtics have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Pass to Williams. Dort trying to free himself up. Williams gets the bucket.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm. This has reached desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Dort wide open. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And it's Williams finishing it off.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. No good from outside. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one.
tip-off, Doris. It feels like the league is in a great place.
There is no doubt, BA, absolutely. To me, more talent in the league right now than potentially we've ever had before. And I don't just mean star talent. There's a depth of quality skill across the board. We know the shooting has revolutionized the game. It's going to be a fun year.
And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at center. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot. Clock violation. Mitchell against Tatum. Outside Holiday. Clock at 6. Going inside.
What great burst by Drew Holiday there, and he just finishes with intent. That's a big-time move.
And, of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
First quarter, just over a minute played. And here's Garland. Last game with 30. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Oh, my goodness. Jared Allen catch a body on the way to the cup.
The drive by Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
The reverse slam? That was sweet.
Ah, the finesse on full display. Garland, the pass to Mitchell. Back to Garland. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. That one doesn't drop. Now here's Tatum. 33 points last game. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. And this team has been unstoppable away from their own arena. Up there with some of the best road teams we've ever seen.
No question about that. It's hard enough to win in this league with the parity, but to do it away from your home floor and home fans, that's something to be proud of.
Shot clock at 5, and he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But Graham, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, BA, it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
Here's Brown. Oh, and a dunk by Brown!
This guy, one of the most elite athletes in the game, Jaylen Brown, finishes beautifully.
Garland against Brown. Garland, the pass to Mobley. It's hauled in by White. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for Boston. Last time they met in Boston,
they lost the battle of the second units the last time these teams played and lost the game.
Oh, Tatum slams it home.
That's an excellent decision. Playing in the pick and roll, just understanding where the windows are, delivers it right in the pocket. Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
It's stolen by Garland. And now the Cavaliers on the break. And he lays it in off the breakaway.
That athletic ability is eye-popping. Darius Garland, the steal and the finish.
Tatum drives in and finished off by Tatum.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Here's Mitchell. He banked it in off the glass.
Don't be mistaken about that 6'1" frame. That 6'10" wingspan, 215 pounds. Look out inside.
Drains the triple.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Outside Mitchell puts up a deep 3. Rebound Boston.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
That one falls. White's got 5 now.
Well, Derek White fearless on the interior right there. Tremendous finish.
Garland against Brown. There's 42 seconds left in the first. Outside Strus. Just 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Garland for 3. Porzingis grabs the board.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Well, we all know this guy is a legitimate two-way threat. Drew Holiday gifted as a defender and solid on the offensive end.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by Garland. Doesn't go that time. And so it's the Boston Celtics leading by 6 as we wrap. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, guys, early on, they're driving the lane constantly, using their quickness to gain an advantage. Look at their points off penetration.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Mitchell on the wing with Strus. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. And it's Garland in at the 1. That's the group for Cleveland, getting going in the second. Buries it from 3.
This guy's so accurate from outside the arc. You wish Holiday was more aggressive from range.
Doris, even as he gets up there in age, Drew Holiday is still an elite defender.
Brian, it's really remarkable how valuable a piece he is. They call him the Swiss Army knife because he is one of those rare individuals that can guard all 5 positions. He understands schemes. He's willing to mix things up. Drew Holiday is elite, period. I like the toughness required on that finish by Darius Garland. Boy, oh boy, that was nice. The willingness to mix it up on the interior, so important.
The Cavaliers trail by 7. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Tatum against Mitchell. Pass to Strus. 6 to shoot. Mobley, a screen on Brown. Strus the pass to Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
Well, we know this. Playing above the rim is a big part of Evan Mobley's game.
Garland finds Strus. Here he goes. From deep, Mobley. Offensive rebound. Outside Strus. The 3 is up. Hits the trifecta. Strus has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
This guy is absolutely automatic. Strus's motion just so repetitive.
Oh, okay then.
We've got to get this guy in the dunk contest. Jaylen Brown taking flight with that insane athleticism.
Allen, the pass to Strus. Back to Allen. Outside Strus. Outside Garland. To the inside. Mobley passes to Garland. Over White. Garland, no good.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Pass to Tatum. Brown, a screen on Garland. 4-3. The rebound by Allen. Cavaliers trail by 4. And Doris, Cleveland looking to balance their roster, trying to make sure the pieces fit.
And that's been the concern, right, BA? Because there's been some positional overlap, particularly in the front court. And this is where roster construction truly matters in the league.
I just love the ball movement.
Holiday against Mitchell, and the basket by Holiday. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, in the paint, Holiday's agility makes him tough to contain. He just needs a little space to go to work.
Garland, the pass to Allen. Holiday against Strus. Outside Mitchell. Shoots over Tatum. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Well, don't forget to box out, because guards like Darius Garland very capable of those second chance points opportunities.
Hey, it takes a lot of confidence and ability to pull off that reverse.
Hey, from anyone else, it'd be shocking. But this guy, he's got it. He's that talented. Here's Allen. The shot's good. Allen's got 6.
And Allen is a problem from right there. This guy's so good at using his body and his touch.
And Max Strus picks up the foul. That's his first foul. "54 seconds left in the first half of this game. And Holiday powers it home.
We have come to understand that Drew Holiday is an exceptional finisher. That frame is a big part of his game.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
And the Cavaliers going with a whole new group out there.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
White. Oh, send it home, Derek White.
Don't sleep on the athleticism of Derek White. How fast did he get off his feet to punch that one home?
Here's Jerome. He's covered by Holiday. Pass to Wade. Okoro outside. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now. White finds Holiday. Jacks up a 3. That shot is off. White with the steal. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Celtics out in front, leading. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Hey there, everybody. Jason Tatum has put his stamp on this game, looking so dumb.
We continue to see growth in Tatum's game. He's dedicated to continual improvement. And because of how hard he grinds, he's able to put the...
Okay, time to shift focus. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Man, we've seen Drew Holiday really having a great game.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
On the court right now for the Celtics, Al Horford out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at the 3, the small forward. Thompson passes to Wade. The kick to Hunter. Here's Wade. No points so far. Outside Craig. Oh, my goodness! He'll go to the line with a chance at a 4-point play. It's going to go on DeAndre Hunter. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Graham.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Here's Pritchard. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Hunter passes to Wade. Okoro outside. Here's Jerome. 5 to shoot. And the layup is good off the glass. Jerome's got his first 2 points.
Well, Okoro is a team-first guy that wants to involve his teammates. Pretty pass there.
Boston leading by 7. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league. and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Horford for three. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Okoro. Oh, it's stolen. Here's Pritchard. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line. And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
Takes the three. Hunter with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Thompson left side. Jerome on the wing. Launches it. Hauser grabs the board.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Well, Thompson's athleticism allows him to finish with power.
Pass to Shireman. It's good. And the Celtics lead by 5.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Here's Wade, defended by Craig. Wade, the pass to Jerome. Back to Wade. He's off on the layup. Celtics lead by 5. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Outside Craig. Puts it up off the inbound. And Craig lays it up and in. Now it's a 7-point Celtic lead.
Well, this is an example of the court awareness we talk about with Al Horford. This guy's a very willing passer.
Hunter can't get it to go. Boston's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Here's Pritchard. Hunter covering. Here's Shireman. The three-pointer off the mark. For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. And here's Hunter from the arc. Hauser grabs the board. And for Boston, they're shooting about 40% so far in the third. Pritchard, no good.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
And once again, off the mark by Cleveland.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Up high, and down it goes on the lob.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. And we've reached the end of the third. Boston out in front. They lead by 5. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Strus at small forward with Mobley next to him. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. And it's Allen in at the center position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Outside, Brown. Down low. Oh, Porzingis getting it done inside.
Add that to the repertoire of moves on the interior. KP doing work.
Garland with the ball. Four on the clock. Fires the three. Drills it from deep.
So aggressive at the arc. Darius Garland never shy about letting it fly.
Outside Tatum. Back to Brown. Shoots. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Mobley outside to tie it up. To the wing, right side. Garland with the ball. Now guarded by White. Mobley outside. And it's all tied up.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe that.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Outside Strus. To the paint. And Mobley throws it down.
Boy, pretty pass from Max Strus. You think of him as a shooter, but don't sleep on the passing game.
Here's Brown. Oh, look out. JB throwing it down.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Mitchell, the pass to Mobley. White with a steal. Tatum with it. Now guarded by Mobley. Here's Brown. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got 3 assists tonight. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
I think one of the things that also strikes me is their activity, forcing turnovers, coming up with steals. It has really shaped the tenor of this game. I'll tell you, important moment for Evan Mobley. Meeting the moment with a big shot. That's big time.
Back to Porzingis. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
Good on the first, and that gives him a lead.
There's a reason people call Kristaps Porzingis the unicorn. A 7-foot big man, but boy, what a sweet shooter he is. Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
Back to Mitchell. Mobley, a screen on Tatum. Mitchell against White. Now here's Mitchell. Tight defense on him. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
A guy many call a walking bucket, and Donovan Mitchell knows how to find those needed points.
Yeah, gets the ball on the way down. What a call that could turn out to be.
And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for the Cavaliers. 2-point game. Outside for Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive. Porzingis grabs the board.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And Holiday powers it home.
A Holiday, a veteran and very comfortable in big-time situations.
Spins. The drive by Garland. Outside Mitchell. Pass to Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
When you need one bad, go to a high percentage shooter, and Allen is that guy.
Mitchell against Tatum. 46 seconds left in the final quarter.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
From deep, Strus. That one is off.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Brown against Mitchell. And he sinks it.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Garland for 3. Nice D from Brown. The Celtics on offense. Drives to the hoop. And the jam by Brown.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And he does get the second one. And that puts him up 5. Outside Mitchell. No good on the quick 3. It's off. So we see Boston get the win here. They played the villain tonight. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForge.
It is. Greg, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that offseason work.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward.
When you're Allen, just about 7 feet, dunking comes easy.
Here's Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. A 3-ball. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. And how about this team? They've certainly impressed on the road this season, now up over 25 wins away from home. It's remarkable.
Well, give their coaching staff a lot of credit for preparing them to come into hostile environments and just totally silence the crowd. This team's character and how prepared they are makes them a nightmare matchup for anyone in our league.
Here's Mitchell. The Thunder making the shot. Kicks it out to Garland. No good on the 3. Here's Oklahoma City. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute, and he knows his team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
Thank you, David. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the evening. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Now, Garland. After Lou Dort's three-pointer that didn't go. Mobley outside. Allen inside. He's defended by Hartenstein. The wide open look here for Garland. No good with the triple. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Stolen by Mitchell. Inside. He is looking for Mobley and finds him. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yeah, and Mobley's teammates love throwing lobs his way. Why? Because he catches pretty much anything you throw up there.
And stolen by Mobley. Here's Garland. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Dort. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
And the three-point shot wasn't always there for Dort, but he's put in a ton of work on it, and it shows.
Here's Mobley. Banked in off the glass. Mobley's got his second bucket tonight.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Strus kicks to Allen. Here's Mitchell driving in. On left of the wing. Garland with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Now, here's Mitchell. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Dort. And it's all evened up. Dort's got 6.
When you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
Garland kicks to Allen. Tries again. The wide open shot from Strus. Sinks the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. Garland, the pass to Allen. To the right side. Here's Mobley driving inside. And Mobley throws it down hard.
Go ahead, big fella. Throw it down. Mobley showing off that incredible bounce.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. He's got 9. Here's Mobley, and Mobley throws it down.
What an elite athlete Mobley is, getting off the ground effortlessly for the throwdown.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Dort. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For 3, Mitchell. And that one is off.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
For Oklahoma City, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. Second free throw, no good. He manages to convert the third one. Now, here's Mitchell. Oh, yes, he can! Yes, he can!
The buzzer, that's why he's that dude.
Yeah. Evan Mobley getting it done for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Cavaliers.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
At the forward spot, it's Strus and Mobley. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. And it's Allen in at the center position. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Here's Holmgren. Excellent D there from Allen. Thunder coming to this one after the win against the Celtics. Here's Garland. Pass to Strus. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
What a jam!
Have mercy.
Wow.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Oklahoma City trailer. Since his first day in the league, Richard, Evan Mobley has been an elite defender.
And that's why he's been compared to Hall of Famers like Kevin Garnett. But we still need to see him develop the offensive end for those comparisons to be fair.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Dagnall said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times. That's what the game calls for. He paused and then added, he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those, too. Kevin, he certainly will.
I agree. You know, David, he is fearless. Well, there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Wade, he's checked in for Evan Mobley. DeAndre Hunter comes in for Max Strus. Okoro's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Ty Jerome in for Garland. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6. Jerome passes to Allen. Down low. Jerome. No good. The Thunder have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. He gets that one. Dort's got the game tied up here for the Thunder.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Allen against Hartenstein. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And he finished last season right around 71% from the line, so not exactly his best percentage.
And he ends up missing both free throws. The Cavaliers trailing. CLA-RO with it. Williams picks him up. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Throw it up there and let the throw go get it. Allen, this man is a height machine.
Williams kicks to Dort. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses off the left iron.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Jerome, good.
That's a guy you want taking shots. A quality offensive player.
Pass to Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
Hunter the pass away. And there's the call on Chet Holmgren. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second, and I think they'll keep him in, but he's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Back to Wade. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Holmgren the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Holmgren. T right on him. He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop. And something to like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession.
Honestly, if you're the defense, you should be ashamed not coming up with a steal on that pass.
Here's Jerome. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Wade against Holmgren. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Shot clock at 6. Here's a CLA-RO. His three-pointers off the mark. On the wing, Williams. He's covered by Thompson. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 11 points. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Thunder lead by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse.
The pace of this game is suiting them well, and it makes sense. After all, they're the ones setting it up.
Yes.
And now let's take. And that concludes.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Lou Dort with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Wiggins is out there with Williams. Then there's Wallace. Then it's Williams. And it's Mitchell in at the point guard position. They set the pick. And there's the call on Ty Jerome. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
So it's the Thunder now. They lead by 1. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. In the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside Williams. Williams double team. Mitchell dishes to Wiggins. And a miss there on the triple. Cleveland with the ball. Hunter on the wing. Still without a basket. Takes it inside. Here's Jerome. Covered by Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wade a screen on Wiggins. Okoro finds Wade.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Mitchell passes to Wallace. On the wing, Mitchell. Covered by Okoro. Back to Mitchell. This one for 3. Thompson with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. Garland against Mitchell. 13 feet away. Jared Allen grabs the miss. Allen's got his 8th rebound here tonight. From down low. And Mitchell with a nice bucket inside. 8 points for Donovan Mitchell.
One thing you can count on with Mitchell, he will just keep attacking.
Richard, something amazing about Donovan Mitchell. He averages over 20 points per game every single season.
Yeah, he is just a natural, talented scorer. He beats you in so many different ways. What I like most about his numbers, they go up in the postseason.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. And Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game, pulling in the right direction. Garland attacking, and a great assist by Allen as that one goes in. Allen's got 4 assists in the game. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Count that one.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Mobley a screen on Wallace. Mitchell with the bounce pass. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Garland.
When you give Garland these looks, oh, he's going to find ways to capitalize, but I love his aggressiveness.
And slam dunk by Allen. Neither side has relented a bit in this back and forth affair.
You can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
Wallace against Mitchell. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's foul number 2 for him. .112 left in the third. The Thunder have had an off night from the stripe tonight. Free throw dropped for Mitchell.
Mitchell taking 2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Garland with it. Williams picks him up. It's Strus on the wing. A kick out to Mobley. Off target from 3-point range.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks for range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this. Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. The Cavaliers trail by 3. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. For 3, Mitchell kept alive.
and not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And that one's good, Mitchell.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, yeah, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
Here's Mitchell. Unable to get that one. He gets it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. The third quarter comes to a close. Thunder out in front. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. At the forward spot, it's Strus and Mobley. And it's Allen in at the 5. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
A stop or two in the next minute or so, and they could even this game up. Great job to keep battling.
And passing has made this guy next level. That's the element that has changed Gilgeous-Alexander's game.
The drive by Mitchell. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
Oh, man, and that is why Mitchell has won a dunk contest before. He knows how to get a few style points.
The Thunder with the lead. Here's Williams. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Gilgeous-Alexander's got assist number 5 here tonight. Garland kicks to Mitchell. Drives to the hoop. Mobley outside. Offline with his 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And it's slammed in by Williams.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Here's Strus. On the wing, Mitchell. The 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. For the 3, and Torch gets it to go. And now it's a 9-point Thunder lead.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
A different look now for Cleveland. Hunter's checked in for Evan Mobley. And it's Ty Jerome in for Mitchell. Pass to Jerome. At the elbow, it's Allen. Just 5 on the clock. Now, here's Strus. Back to Allen. Over Hartenstein. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. The Thunder leading by 9. And Max Strus picks up the foul. That's his first foul. We've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Shot to stop the run. Garland. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. The Thunder have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. 2 points. That one goes.
On a dime. Shea got right where he wanted for that shot.
And Max Strus picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. They get the rebound. It's stolen. Hartenstein against Allen. Jerome. 3-pointer on the way. Allen's shot is off.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
And the shot is good.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Thunder.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Lou George.
Oh, he was at the center of everything that happened in this game. His energy was felt throughout the building, and his impact, well, it was incredible.
And Allen slams it in.
Look at Garland drawing the defense's attention just to give it away.
Woo. And that one goes out of bounds. Pass touched by Gilgeous-Alexander.
A classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
And here are the Cavaliers. And here's Garland for 3. The shot, no good. Jort against Hunter. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. The kick out to Williams. The three-pointer, no good. And so Allen will bring it up now for Cleveland. It's a 14-point game. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Pass to Hunter. Three-pointer. The Thunder pull it in. And here is Holmgren. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
From deep three-point territory. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel.
coming up. Great to have. All right, a chance now to take a look at the steals over the last few months for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I get the feeling he hasn't been paying as much attention defensively as he should be. His steal numbers have dipped in the past few months. He needs to get back some of that intensity on defense.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams. In at the small forward position. And for Boston, the perimeter pair. It's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. Tatum. The Thunder pull it in.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Hartenstein with a screen on Tatum. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Porzingis grabs the board. And Brown has got the ball here for Boston. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
Holmgren against Brown from outside the arc. The shot no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
He's got the ability to do damage inside and out. SGA's not going to miss that.
White against Dort. Outside White. No good with the triple. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Dort for 3. Knocks down the long J.
And this is the area where Dort has really shown some massive improvement. Great touch from that range.
Brown finds White. They can't stop the run with that one.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
And they pick up 2.
I just love the ball movement.
Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Joe Mazzulla.
We were talking about Chet Holmgren, the versatility at both ends. And Coach pointed out one thing in particular, saying that Chet has the ability to create for himself. He's a tremendous ball handler for his size. He has great footwork, and he stays on balance. He knows it's going to take a team effort defensively.
Thanks for that, Allie. Now here's Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Tatum. Tatum, a screen on Holmgren. Inside. The jump hook. Here's Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Tatum from long range. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Holiday from long range. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds now. And last season, Brent, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, B.A. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season.
Now here's Williams. Yet to see a basket. The shot by Dort, no good. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell. And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Here's Williams. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by White. Brown with it, and it's Dort picking him up. Outside Tatum for 3. Williams grabs the board.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. Celtics trail by 5. White drives in. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Holmgren with a screen on Tatum. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
Alexander. 2 shots. The play is under video review under NBA rules.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
This one for 3. No good that time. Tie game in Boston. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe.
Yeah, they were going right at the opponent here and forcing their hand. I mean, like literally making them foul them.
The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Here's Hartenstein. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
Last time, free throw shooting was their kryptonite. Just could not keep pace.
What's not to love about opening day, Grant? Every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
Here's Porzingis. Okay, do it, KP. Thunder with a lead. Dort outside. Pass to Williams. Sinks it from distance. Williams has got his first 3 points of the game.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
There's Tatum with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Dort for 3. Holiday grabs the miss. The Celtics have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in, from undrafted to a key rotational player. Lou Dort's story is definitely inspirational, Brent.
This guy has worked so hard to make himself into an NBA player. But I will tell you this, B.A., he's never not believed that he wasn't one. And Luguentz Dort continues to make improvements, and the guys on the team love the way he approaches it.
Not an ideal start for them. The shots were dropping, but they're definitely surging now and could open this lead up even more.
And the shot goes in.
Well, you're kind of asking for it. Drew Holiday gets in that close, it's probably scoring.
Dort, the pass to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. 3-pointer off the mark.
His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
And with a pause in the action, here we have the best rebounding teams from last year. Boston in second.
You have to be impressed if you look at the rebounding numbers from last season. They ran a number of guys to the glass, which led to plenty of second chance opportunities.
Just money from the line. Tatum knows the importance of making free throws.
Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. And it's off from 3-point range.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
White can't hit. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Fires from deep. And there's Gilgeous-Alexander on the assist from Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 points in the game. From behind the arc. Brown, no good.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, that's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Holmgren. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
And he gets it to go. He's got 6.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Gilgeous-Alexander, no good.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Brown passes to Tatum. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
He's made 3 of 4 free throw attempts in this game. 1:02 left to play in the first half. Pass to Hartenstein. Here's Williams. Boston pulls it in. Outside White. Deflects the pass. Dort with a steal. Gilgeous-Alexander against Tatum. Look at Shea playing big inside.
And we're all too familiar with these kind of outbursts from SGA.
White for 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Williams from long range sends it home from three-point land. And now it's a 9-point Oklahoma City lead. Pass to White. Back to Holiday. The shot from 20 feet out. Dort grabs the miss.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
The clock runs out, and we are headed to halftime. Oklahoma City ahead, leading by 9. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
I think for Oklahoma City, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big.
And now let's check out the game at hand. It was a solid first half effort for the Thunder.
They've had a lot of success.
Thanks for joining us.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
You want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And on the floor for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. We've got Kenrich Williams, Mitchell out there with Cason Wallace. Then it's Williams, and it's Wiggins in at the 3. Williams from long range. The rebound, Celtics. Here's Pritchard. That one drops for him.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ plays.
Mitchell misses.
Relaxed defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Pritchard gets it to go.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Here's Wallace. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Thunder lead by 6.
There's a touch of artistry to the floater. Takes feel as much as skill. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And already one of the more consistent three-point shooters. Cason Wallace is lethal from outside, Brent.
Really impressive BA in his first year to shoot over 40% from three. Pretty selective in the ones he took, but still his number one attribute is how disruptive he can be defensively at that guard position.
Here's Pritchard. He's got 5. Craig with a screen on Mitchell. To the paint. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Williams. Wallace left side. The 3. Fires hitting the triple. And now a 9-point Thunder lead.
This is intelligent basketball. Forcing a turnover and then immediately starting the fast break.
Pritchard, the pass to Horford. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And Williams has got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. After this game, they can look forward to Detroit, where they will match up against the Pistons. That'll be the 3rd stop of this 4-game trip. Now here's Craig. No points yet. Here's Horford. Oh, rejected by Wiggins. Outside Mitchell. Soft touch off the glass.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Out left to the wing. Back to Pritchard to stop the run. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
From deep, Mitchell. Mitchell can't get that one to fall. Celtics trail by 11. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pritchard, the pass to Horford. Knocked loose. Well, Brent, we hear the term empty stats ever so often. What are your thoughts about that phrase?
BA, when you play such a long season, there are going to be nights where the game is not all that competitive. But we also know that throughout the course of long seasons, there are teams that are not going to be competitive. Still, those guys going out there on a nightly basis and putting up their numbers, getting those reps in, it means they're capable. That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow them out there.
Williams in the post. He's against Horford. From deep, Mitchell. The kick out to Wiggins. Jacks up a 3. Connects from downtown. Wiggins got himself on the board with a 3 there.
And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Now here's Wiggins. They lead by 11. Largest margin of the game.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Here's Hauser. Checked by Mitchell. Pass to Shireman. 5 on the clock. Back to Horford. Out to Craig. Lets it go from deep. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Wiggins, left side. Off target from outside. The Celtics shooting poorly at only 28%. Launches it. Up again. Thunder leading by 11. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Williams. Beyond the arc. And Craig pulls it down. Boston on offense. Puts up a 3. Williams grabs the board. Wiggins outside. Now Mitchell. The 3 ball. The shot misses. And so it's Oklahoma City. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. And it's Holiday in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
There's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And what a drive by Tatum. Striking suddenly and slamming it in before the defense can get in his way.
Wiggins against Tatum. There's the triple. And Wiggins with the 3. And the Thunder lead by 14.
And you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th. Here's White. Oh, through contact. White gets the finish.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
Mitchell up top. He's covered by Holiday. That 3's off the mark.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Pure from 3-point range.
Boy, does that help. When Drew Holiday's connecting from the 3-point line, it opens up so much of the floor.
White with a steal. Tatum with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. And here's Brown for 3. They get it back. Porzingis passes to Brown. Outside White. 3-pointer. The shot by Holiday, no good. And so it's Wiggins with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. At one point, they led by 16. A line change here for Oklahoma City. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got rebound number 8 now. Tatum against Dort. Oh, and a great bucket from Tatum. Taking the hit.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
I like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
SGA from distance.
How smooth was that as Gilgeous-Alexander just rising up that time. Great pace.
And here's Brown for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Hartenstein finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target with the 3. Celtics trail by 14. Left side, Holiday. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. And the Thunder lead by 15.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Thunder.
Tonight, they got everybody in on the scoring. Had nice passing, which led to good looks.
Just solid play by these guys.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight.
Gilgeous-Alexander double teamed. 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Let's go with a 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum finds Holiday. Outside, Brown. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
Thunder on D. It's a 13-point game. Four on the clock. And so Oklahoma City takes this one, and by a big margin. They have to feel good about this performance. It's
try to establish at this stage?
I think there's two things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything. From the way we practice, to the way we prepare for games, to the way we warm up, all of it. And then second of all, we're trying to figure out our rotations. Who's going to start, who's going to come off the bench, which groups work well together. It's an ongoing process.
A lot of moving parts, you're right. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mitchell and Strus are your wingmen. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Garland in at the point guard position. Here's Mitchell after the basket by Boston. In the corner, it's Mobley. Pass to Strus. 5 to shoot. Plays it up and banks it in. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's White. Misses the three. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Now Porzingis following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. Outside Tatum. Mobley with the block.
And this is why you gotta be excited about Mobley. Already a special and versatile defender.
And out of bounds, the Cavaliers will take it. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. Now, he feels like Darius Garland is the key to that offense. Coach said not many people can stay in front of Garland one-on-one. He's so shifty. So the rotations defensively have to be decisive and quick. And at the other end, we want to force him to work defensively. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's White, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, look, if you're trying to slow down White, you first have to match his activity level.
And both free throws good for White.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
And taken away by Brown. Porzingis with a screen on Strus. Brown, no good.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Mitchell passes to Allen. Outside Garland. Kicks it out to Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Shoots over White. Pass to Strus. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Mobley. Porzingis with the rebound. Celtics have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. So they take the lead. Tatum's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, there's that added strength of Tatum really helping him down low.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Now, here's Mobley. Coming in off a 21-point game in his last outing. And Mobley throws it down.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And how about this team? They've certainly impressed on the road this season, now up over 25 wins away from home. It's remarkable.
Well, give their coaching staff a lot of credit for preparing them to come into hostile environments and just totally silence the crowd. This team's character and how prepared they are makes them a nightmare matchup for anyone in our league.
Here's Tatum. Darius Garland picking up that last basket. Brown dishes to Holiday. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Mitchell passes to Garland. Mobley outside. 41 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Inside, it's stolen by Brown. Here's Porzingis, the fast break chance. And there's the bucket from Tatum.
Well, at 7-2, Porzingis has a great view of the floor. It allows him to spot open passes.
Now, here's Garland. And he drives in. It's good. Garland's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Tatum against Mobley for three. Garland with the rebound. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And no good in the last second attempt this time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Mitchell and Strus are your wingmen. And it's Garland in at the point. Mobley sets the pick for Strus. Pass to Allen. Mitchell in the corner. Allen a screen on Tatum. Mitchell kicks to Allen. Outside Garland. Launches it. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday. The Celtics with the lead. Here's White. The kick out to Brown. Stolen by Garland. Now Cleveland moving it up. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It goes on Jason Tatum.
And going on the attack, Garland gets the defense on their heels and earns himself a trip to the line.
GA, you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
So deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that three. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his look.
Brown outside. On the wing, Brown. Back to Tatum. On the wing, Brown. Pass to Tatum. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by Mitchell.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
To the middle. Here's Mobley. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mobley's got the lead up to three now for the Cavs.
And the ever-growing confidence of Mobley inside, he knows these are shots he can make consistently.
Now here is Holiday. Nothing on the board. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, he sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. Mitchell wide open. Off target with his three.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
Throws it down, JT!
Great move by Tatum. Getting to the rim and throwing it down.
Here's Mitchell. Pass to Strus. Mitchell outside. Holds it up there for Mobley. Taken away by Holiday. Here's White. And he's good on the 3-ball. White's got 5 points now this quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
A wide open look here for Porzingis. Off target from 3-point range. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Mitchell. No good with the layup. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Porzingis with a screen on Mobley. Back to Porzingis. Over in the corner, Brown. And they double up Brown. And here's Tatum for 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Tatum. Cleveland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Kicks it out to Mitchell. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Celtics. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Hello, everyone.
You know, I love what they're doing, being patient on offense, getting high percentage looks, keep feeding the beast.
Yes. And during that first half of... And that concludes...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. The Celtics shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Torrey Craig is out there with Horford. And it's Shireman in at the 2. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Okoro passes to Jerome. Here's Okoro. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Okoro finds Thompson. Clock at 4. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. He can't hit that time. Celtics leading by 5. Horford the pass to Hauser. With the drive, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Isaac Okoro, and he's got his first chance at the line here.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
From right in close, DeAndre Hunter.
Horford the pass to Craig. Horford with the screen on Wade. Pass to Hauser. Here's Shireman. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season. The Celtics second.
I just loved how this team attacked their opponents. You could see their confidence grow as the year went on, and the points really started to pile up.
And he sinks the second. The Cavaliers trail by 7. Crafty move, and it's Hunter with the jam.
At 6'7", Hunter, nice handles there, showing him off on that possession.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Beyond the arc, Pritchard gets the bucket. Pritchard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Celtics.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
And what I admire about Hunter is that opportunistic attitude. This kid just makes things happen.
Shireman at 3 off the mark.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of the half.
Hunter trying to get open, and Okoro with the basket on the assist by Thompson.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Celtics passing it around, and so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Now, here's a look at the last few months of assist numbers for Jason Tatum.
The trend they've got to be pleased about is how many more assists he's been racking up. He's developed a pass-first mentality, and as well as he's been dishing it, that's a very good sign. All the guys around him are loving playing with him with the way things are going.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead it to the score.
Wade misses.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Horford with the screen on Wade. Craig passes to Horford. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Okoro finds Wade. Here we go, one-on-one. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, we can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. Here's Pritchard. Isaac Okoro picking up that last basket. From outside, off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Okoro. And the layup falls. Okoro's got 6 points.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Craig kicks to Horford. And Dean Wade gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
Cleveland on defense. Trailing by 4. A shot by Pritchard, no good. Thompson sets the pick for Okoro. Lets it go from deep. Al Horford with the rebound. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Here's Shireman in a strong finish with 2 hands.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Horford inside the line. The shot, no good. Hunter with some nice defense. Here's Jerome, and the layup's good off the glass. Jerome's got his first points in this one.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Pritchard. His 3-pointers off the mark. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Celtics lead by 4. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Cleveland, Tristan Thompson is out there with Wade. Then it's Isaac Okoro. Then there's Hunter. And it's Jerome in at the point guard. Now Wade following DeAndre Hunter's 3-point attempt. Yes, that goes in.
Get ready to bang inside when you're playing Thompson.
Holiday surveying the floor. Driving to the basket. Chalk up 2 there. Holiday's got his first basket of the night.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
For three, Hunter. The rebound by the Celtics. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now tonight. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And the defense hates to see it. Tatum putting on a little bit of a show with that jam.
Wade passes to Okoro. Off target at the rim. Boston leading by 6. Pass to Tatum. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And a look now at the Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Miami Heat. Then on Saturday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets.
And for their matchup with the Nets, that's one to watch for. 4th contest of this brand new NBA season. I'm interested in how those teams match up in the early part of this year. And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Here's Tatum. Mobley with the block. And they get it back. Brown outside. The kick out to Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Jared Allen.
Well, look, you got to hit Tatum harder than that, or else he's just going to push right through the contact.
Here's Mitchell. Here's Strus. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down to 4 on the bucket for Mitchell.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Now here's White. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Mitchell against Holiday. Mitchell kicks to Mobley. Back to Mitchell. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And here's Brown outside. Boston. No good that time either. The wide open look here for Garland. A 3-pointer off the mark.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's White driving inside. And White with the stuff.
Cunning drive by White. He saw a hole and took advantage.
Mitchell against Tatum. No good on the 3. Celtics leading by 6. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, just another night in the office for Jason Tatum. We've come to expect big games from him. He is that special.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Celtics?
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
Holiday following the 3-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. And now the fast break. Garland with the ball. Holds it up there for Mobley. Strus passes to Garland. Porzingis against Allen. Kicks it out to Mitchell. 5 on the clock. And it's Allen with the jam.
Assisted Donovan Mitchell.
So it's the Celtics now. Tatum drives in. And the dunk by Tatum.
Vicious finish by Tatum. These coaches love when he's aggressive.
A 3 from Strus. Rebounded by the Celtics. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Holiday dishes to Brown.
Donovan Mitchell, first personal foul, third team foul.
First free throw is good, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
Jaylen Brown.
And Brown drops them both.
Great composure there. Calmly knocks them down to put this game out of reach.
Here's White. A three-pointer is right on target. White's got the lead up to 14 now for the Celtics.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Some good. All right, David, thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So, for Stan...